guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a special guest here. I'm going to be asking him a few questions about China because he's been in China for some years now. Hope you enjoy. Stay tuned. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to my channel. I hope you've been watching my videos.
Of course I have.
Yeah. So before we even start, what do you think about my videos?
Well, so far, the page is blooming. Content are getting interesting by the day. You know, intimating people with the daily lives in China. So, for those who want to know what the average life of a student is in China, it's a good place to visit so you can get good information and first-hand information from people who are foreigners and living in China.
Okay. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe, okay? Please, I'm begging you, please subscribe. Okay, yeah, so I have a few questions for you.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Before we start, what's your name?
I'm Mobolaji.
Okay, Mobolaji. So, and how is the weather treating you? I see you're wearing a jacket.
Well, it's right now, the temperature is below 10 degrees. It's getting cold and we are moving closer to the winter season.
Okay.
So we've got to...
We are moving closer. I'm in winter.
I mean, winter is just around the corner where it gets pretty cold and the temperature can be below 0 degrees.
Okay.
So,
anyway, where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Nigeria. Oh, so we are neighbors. Yeah. If you didn't know, I'm from Ghana. He's from Nigeria, so we are neighbors. So we talked about the weather earlier. So how would you compare the weather here to that of Nigeria?
Basically, we've got just two major weather conditions in Nigeria: the hot season and the wet season, the rainy season. But here in China, it's four.
Four,
the,
yeah.
The autumn, winter, summer, and the first one. So the weather here, maybe for this city, Nigerian, it's a bit. The weather changes quickly, and it's almost not so stable. But back in Nigeria, you know, if it is not raining, then it's sunny.
Yeah.
So those are the two major weathers that we've got.
Yeah, and it can also be very dry
During the dry season, it can get really dry too.
Okay. For those of you who do not know where Nigeria and Ghana are, they are in Africa, West Africa to be precise. Yeah. And Nigeria is a giant of Africa. They are the most populated country in Africa. I bet you can find Nigerians everywhere in the world.
Of course, if there's no Nigerian there, that means you can't reside in that place. It's dangerous for you.
And if you didn't know, Ghanaians and Nigerians are at war. I don't know if you've heard of the famous Jollof War. Yes. So I think I'm going to cook Jollof for him to come and try. I believe in myself and I believe Ghana is going to win. So
I salute your culinary skills, but the crux of the Jollof War, it has to be Nigerian made. If it is not, others can come close, but they cannot eat the time.
Are you sure? Okay, sincerely speaking, I think that when it comes to food, right, it doesn't matter where the food is coming from. What matters is what goes into the cooking. So it doesn't matter the country.
Sure.
Yes, because even within Ghana, sometimes you taste certain foods and you're like, I don't think I'll ever try this again. Yeah, so I don't think it's about the country, but I think it's about what goes into cooking of the food. Yeah, so I've settled it.
We just try to claim the territory when it comes. If you label the food as jollof, it has to be Nigerian made. Any other
I don't think so. I don't think so. My Ghanaians, please write something in the comment section. Nigerians want to win. They want to be winners of everything, but we are not going to allow that.
Okay.
Anyway, how long have you been in China?
This is supposed to be my second year running.
Okay.
Close to third year now.
Okay. And okay, so we'll get there. Are you working? Are you a student?
I'm a student actually. Currently just rounding up my program at the moment. My
Okay.
PhD program.
Okay. If you didn't know, we are students of the same school and same course as well. But he's doing PhD and I'm doing masters. Will I do PhD? I don't know.
Please don't.
I'll see. Okay. How is it like to be a foreigner here in China?
Hmm,
Your experiences.
that's quite interesting. Okay. I think it's quite a funny scenario and interesting one at the same time because as a foreigner here in China, you've got almost on a daily basis, you see someone who hasn't seen a foreigner before. I mean, someone who's black in complexion. So it comes with a lot of mystery to them. They want to talk to you, want to touch you, want to know what you are made of compared to their own self.
Yeah.
So when you go around, it's not strange to see people staring at you, to see people who want to, of course, try out their English speaking ability
Yeah.
with you, want to say, among other stuffs. But so far, I feel it's quite interesting being a foreigner here in China. It's one of those things you, of course, experience in another culture.
Yeah.
And I must say that also compared with the country back home, as a foreigner here in China, the level of safety is quite commendable.
Yeah.
China is very safe.
Very.
You go out at night, come back at night. You are not afraid that someone is gonna mug you. You have transportation system that takes you anywhere you wanna go.
Yeah.
Your safety is of paramount importance.
Yeah.
Back home, at a certain time of the night, you just must.
You dare
must
not.
be back in your house.
Yeah.
So I feel so far
Yeah.
it's been a very
safe.
good, very good experience here
Okay.
in China.
Okay. Yeah. And then what are some of the cultural shocks you've experienced here?
I'd say the first one, of course, is the language. Learning the language has been quite hard for me.
Yeah.
Secondly, the food. Of course, coming to China, I knew I was going to eat a lot of strange foods that I hadn't tried before.
Strange.
So, yes,
Okay.
strange because they were not what were readily available where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So coming here, I had to, I've eaten quite a lot of things that I never tasted before. So it's a shock because, okay, Chinese don't have the taboo of not eating something. There's nothing they don't eat. So that gives them a very wide range of dishes.
Yeah.
So that one was one of the things that I had to, instead of eating just rice only, I got to try out other
Other
foods.
foods. Yeah.
So.
But were you thinking you were going to get eba and egusi here?
Oh, come on. someone somewhere is selling that online.
Well.
They do. I see adverts. I see some folks who sell most of these Nigerian made dishes, but
Okay.
of course you must be bulked up to be able to afford such.
Yeah, because they are quite expensive.
Of course, they come pricey.
Yeah. Have you tried any Chinese food since you mentioned food?
Oh, sure, quite a number of them.
And what's your favorite?
Favorite. I love hotpot.
Okay.
Hotpot comes with different because
What?
I don't know the Chinese name. It comes with different varieties of meats. You get to cook them yourself with different spices, and that's something I think I like.
Africans and meat.
Oh well, they are encouragement on any dish you're eating.
Anyway, yeah, it's true. Would you advise anyone to come to China?
Oh sure. Okay, at the moment, as it stands, globally, China ranks as the second world power and the economic capital of Asia is here in China. And, China is spreading their tentacles so far and wide now that they wrote the Silk Road and Belt Initiative is extending to almost all parts of the globe. So economically, it is viable for you as a business person to visit China. They give you visa to come visiting for 30 to 90 days. You can scout around to know what you want to do, what you want to buy, and go back in as long as it's business related. And if it's for study also, the ranking of the institutions here are increasing globally. So I think the highest ranking Asian university is University in Hong Kong, and then you have the third, fourth here in China. So they are trying everything possible to ensure that the universities come to international recognition. So for studies, it's a good place to study. The facilities are there, and you have amazing lecturers who are there to guide you through whatever course of study you've chosen.
Okay. So before coming to China, what were some of your perceptions?
Before coming,
before you say yours, so back in Ghana, right? People used to compare Ghanaian kids to Chinese kids. They used to say that Chinese kids were taught how to manufacture things in class. Yeah, I used to believe that till I came here and realized most of the manufacturing were done in the factories. Yeah.
Yeah, so of course there were lots of preconceived notions that people back in my country have. You know, like someone says the TikTok in China is different from TikTok in Nigeria because the TikTok in China they teach you how to do things all this. So no, they watch clips, comedy clips, as funny, not funny, anything online. So and also the level people consider Chinese people to be quite hardworking. You know, said if it's Chinese they are hardworking. We used to know that before. It used to be the Germans working like a German machine.
Yeah.
However, the Chinese right now, it was something. Okay, they are quite hardworking too, but not as much as people back home think they are.
Yeah.
And secondly, maybe thirdly now, the level of creativity in China. You know, people assume almost every Chinese is very good in creative skills.
Yeah.
But it's not true.
It's not true.
The ones that are creative are creative.
Yeah.
And the ones that are not are not. It's just like you have it in an average country where you have a few who are quite creative and innovative, while some are not. So, and also I think the last one I mentioned is just about gadgets.
Yeah.
You know, about the time when people in my country want to buy gadgets, if they hear made in China, they believe it won't last long.
It's fake.
Yeah, they believe it's fake.
Yeah.
But coming here, I say it is not the same because almost all gadgets here in China are China made.
Yeah.
And I see that it is the people who export or who come to who buy the fake or the substandard and take to their countries to sell.
Yeah.
So if you come, you want to buy the good ones are available. You want to buy the almost good ones, they are also available. And if you want to buy the bad ones, they are available for you. So depending on your cost and the choice of the person who wants to buy it.
Yeah, and also on the goods people come to buy from here. So I realized that people from back home also come with their own specifications. So there are times someone will ask me to look for something for them, and then I'll tell them I've never seen anything like that before. And it's because, like I said, people come with their own specifications. Back home there was this phone, right, which could last, I think, maybe 2 weeks without charging.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think you will find such here. And that phone could even charge other phones. It was very bulky.
Wow.
Yes, and I realized that it was the people who were coming here who brought their own specifications. So it was made to suit. Yeah. So, and another thing is, if you want original, you find them here in China. If you want fake, you
Yes.
find them here. It depends on the money you have. Yeah. Okay. Have you visited any other places in China?
Well, of course I have. The entry port I came with this what was the Chengdu
Chengdu.
International Airport. So from Chengdu, I flew down to Nanjing.
Okay.
So aside Chengdu and Nanjing, I've been to Wuxi.
Okay.
Wuxi, yeah. So those are the. It's boring,
Yeah.
but those are the places I've visited.
Okay. I encourage you to visit other places. Yeah.
Sure.
China is not only about Nanjing.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
and if you didn't know, we both live in Nanjing, which used to be which was once the very first capital of China. What do you think other countries can learn from China?
Okay, so I think countries can they can retrospectively think or look at what they have to motivate development in their own land. We don't always have to look out to other countries to help us develop our land. We can sit down, look at the resources available, the manpower we have, and do something in terms of development, because it is quite important for us as African. We've got the brain, we've got the resources, and among every other things that is needed for development. But still, we are still chasing after a few powerful countries to. So it's one of those things that I think we can learn from China.
Yeah.
And also the educational system. There's a system in China that is always forward-looking, in the sense of they don't sit back and relax on their horse after making a landmark achievement or progress. So far today in China, the production sector is developing rapidly, and the state is assisting anyone who is into any area of production.
Yeah.
So, and I believe that if African countries can also venture into production, massive production in different aspects of the economy, I believe it will create job and then provide capital, provide means that people would improving the lives of everyone in their space. So quite a number of things that can be learned from China, I believe.
Okay, so your final words.
Well, so far China's been a great experience so far. So for the culture exchange, it's good. You explore to know, and being a world power, it's a good place to be. Security is superb here. Education standard is increasing, and it's getting better by the day. So I say visit China if you have the means to.
Yeah, visit China. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for agreeing to be on my channel. I'm very grateful.
It's a big pleasure.
Okay. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Bye. Okay.